Properties of petroleum reservoirs. Rock reservoirs. Rock wettability.
Wettability is defined as the tendency of one fluid to spread on or adhere to a solid surface in the presence of other immiscible fluids. The three droplets are then observed from one side as illustrated in below figure. It is noted that the mercury retains a spherical shape, the oil droplet develops an approximately hemispherical shape, but the water tends to spread over the glass surface. Wettability refers to the interaction between fluid and solid phases. In a reservoir rock, the liquid phase can be water or oil or gas, and the solid phase is the rock mineral assemblage. This spreading tendency can be expressed more conveniently by measuring the angle of contact at the liquid-solid surface. This angle, which is always measured through the liquid to the solid, is called the contact angle, τ. As shown in following figure, as the contact angle decreases, the wetting characteristics of the liquid increase. Complete wettability would be evidenced by a zero contact angle, and complete non-wetting would be evidenced by a contact angle of 180 degrees. There have been various definitions of intermediate wettability, but, in much of the published literature, contact angles of 60 degrees to 90 degrees will tend to repel the liquid. The wettability of reservoir rocks to the fluids is important in that the distribution of the fluids in the porous media is a function of wettability. Because of the attractive forces, the wetting phase tends to occupy the smaller pores of the rock and the non-wetting phase occupies the more open channels. Water wet. In this wettability state, the rock surface, large and small, has preference for the water phase rather than the hydrocarbon phase. Therefore, hydrocarbon phases, gas and oil, are contained in the centers of the pores and hence do not cover any of the rock surfaces as shown in figure. Oil wet. This wettability state is exactly the opposite of the water wet state. The relative positions of the oil and water are reversed. Therefore, hydrocarbon phases, gas and oil, are covered of the rock surfaces as shown in figure. Intermediate wet. In this wettability state, the rock surface has preference for both the oil and water phases. In neutral wettability, the rock surface has equal tendency for oil and water to wet the rock surface. Intermediate wet if the contact angle is equal 90. The reservoir wetting state may further be divided into strongly water wet, weakly water wet, strongly oil wet, and weakly oil wet. Mixed wettability. In this wettability state, the smaller pores are occupied by water and are water wet, whereas the oil preferentially wets the interconnected larger pores. Mixed wettability. In this wettability state, the smaller pores are occupied by water and are water wet, whereas the oil preferentially wets the interconnected larger pores. Water, oil, water, is often the wetting fluid. Water, gas, water, is wetting fluid. Oil, gas, oil, is the wetting fluid. The wettability of reservoir depends on the following factors. Oil composition. Solid properties. Formation brine and its pH. Pressure and temperature. Thickness of the carnate water layer. Thank you for listening and following up. I hope you profited. Please subscribe to the channel to receive other topics and lectures.